So it is that time of year once again. The snow's mostly gone. Craft shows are going to be starting to fire up, and people are just itching to get outdoors and out of the house. So it's time for us woodworkers to start trying to make an extra couple bucks. We've been doing some puzzles here lately that have actually turned out pretty good, and I'm going to take the big leap to try to start batching them out and sell some. So today we're going to do a simple one, a ball, about 2 feet of paracord, a 3/4 inch ring. I made a small little jig on the 3D printer that will hold my ball. And we're going to start going from one-off mode to batch mode. Let's build it. Going to start this out by putting this jig into the vise and then try to dial it into the exact center of this jig with the little laser crosshairs so I can be as accurate as possible when I'm drilling the holes through these. That way I'll just be able to set it in place, fire up the drill press, and drill a little bit down. Now these I'm not going all the way through. I just want it deep enough to take the paracord. Next up will be the second drilling. This one I am going to go all the way through. This drill bit will just be a pilot hole to try to eliminate the tear out for when I drill the larger hole, so I can drill halfway through with a larger bit and then flip it over and drill the rest of the way. Now I got the larger bit chucked up. I'm going to go ahead and drill about halfway, bring that drill up, clean it off a little bit, fumble it, go chase it around the garage, get it back in the jig, and drill the other half. So I got a complete through hole with very, very minimal tear out. Got all our holes drilled out. We're going to need one ball with a larger hole in it per puzzle and two with the smaller hole drilled in it. So I'm going to go ahead and get a jig made up so we can spray some lacquer on these. And this is kind of a clone of my other jig. I'm just using some dollar store bamboo skewers put into a piece of scrap wood and just put these right on top of the skewers. Cheap, affordable, and works really, really well. So while I sit and wait for my balls to dry, what are you, my mother? Anyway, did some figuring on the parts that I ordered, and I got the balls. The balls are sitting at 20 cents a piece, what I get them for. So we're going to need 60 cents in balls for each puzzle. Paracord I'm getting for 6 cents a foot using 2 feet. So that's going to be 12 cents. The rings I'm getting a little more on the expensive side. That's 50 cents each. So another $half there. And I'll be using some super glue and activator. Pretty nominal cost there. I'm just gonna guesstimate and say 20 cents. It's probably a gross overestimate, but just to keep things honest. So that's gonna bring the total for these puzzles up to $1.02. Of course, that's not counting depreciation on things like the drill press or electricity I'm using or having to heat the garage since the cold front came in. None of that. All of that stuff I would be using anyway, so I'm not going to consider it in this one. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to try to sell these for, but hopefully by the end of the video I'll have something kind of figured out. Now I'm going to check my balls, see if they're dry to a nice shiny coat on my balls. and we'll get down to assembly. Time to get down to assembly here. So I got all my pieces laid out. Each puzzle is going to take one of these piles. Got my paracord here, my glue. I'm gonna actually run a stopwatch more for my own knowing, so I know roughly about how much labor I got into actually assembling these. The drilling didn't take me long, 6-10 minutes I think tops, and that's including a little bit of cleanup along the way. But let's get to assembling these. First, we're going to take our paracord, get it even, fold it in half, take one of these beads, take that back. I said bead, not ball. Ah, damn it. Anyway, we'll thread the ring like this, and then we will bring the loop right over so we have a hitch. Straighten this out, keep your lines straight. We're then going to thread this through the ring. We'll get 2 of these set up and ready. I'll get just a drop of glue in each one here. Get my activator. Spray that on my paracord. And just sink the paracord into the hole. Give her a little twist to snug it up. Do the same with the other one. A little twist and done. Okay. Doing that while dealing with the counter. We're looking at about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So someone that's not a goof like me could probably get these done in under a minute. So I am going to go ahead and just keep on plugging away at these. Ole here. Thought I'd break into this mind-numbing assembly montage and just give a heartfelt thanks to everyone that subscribed over the past year. Never thought I'd hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, and here I am almost at the 2,000 subscriber mark. I'm at 1,921 as of filming this video, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you that have subscribed already. And if you haven't, consider giving me a subscribe. Got a handful of puzzles yet to build, possibly some more production type work, and some other projects I got up my sleeve for 2026 yet. Thanks a lot. That's it. We now have 6 completed puzzles. It's a fairly quick and really easy build. You don't need a whole lot of tools, scissors, lighter, either a drill or a drill press. Heck, you could probably do this with one of those old school hand drills if you really needed to. It's not too difficult whatsoever, and it's pretty darn cheap to source the materials. If I was buying in a higher quantity, I could probably get them for a lot cheaper, especially these rings. The rings themselves are the most expensive part of the puzzle. So for these, I was kind of thinking while I was doing the assembly, I really at $1.02 a piece, we'll round it up to $1.50 per puzzle that I have into it just with time, because you do got to pay yourself. But I wouldn't be afraid to sell these for anywhere from probably $7 to $10. I'm not exactly sure what price I'm going to try to sell these at yet, but I think that's going to be my range. So now I'm sure you're dying to see the solution of this puzzle. So let me bring you back down here and I'll show you how it works. So let's see how big brained I can be here. We will pile up these puzzles over here so we can focus on a single puzzle. So the object is to get the ring and the bead with the larger hole off of this string. And you'll see there's no way that ball is going to fit through the ring. So there's nothing there. What you're going to have to do is get your hitch and pull some slack. So you have a loop. Put that through there. And you're sitting like that. Take this loop, put it through the ring, over this ball, and it'll pull right through. Just like that. All it takes is a couple loop arounds in the right direction with the right pieces, and you got it undone. Now let's get to resetting this. What we're going to do, get this nice and straight, put our ring on, get our bead on, loop it through our ring, and then go over our bead, through the ring, put each bead through, and snug up your slack. And you're back at your starting point. Well, that's going to wrap it up this time around. So hopefully this was somewhat insightful and maybe gave you an idea of something that you can try your hand at doing, that you can batch out, possibly your first product that you're going to ever batch out, more than just a one-off. These are a very simple build. We've proven that, and they're just as simple to batch out. So if you like, go ahead, give them a try. I'm going to try to sell at least half of these. I'm sure I'm going to have to keep one back just for the family. But if I can sell 4, maybe even 5 of them, I'll be pretty happy. Thanks for coming along again with me on this build, and thanks for watching.